Okay, so I streamed this yesterday. Did a smidge of it before grabbing dinner, and then I was like, oh, I'll come back and I'll just finish off Persona 3 Reload. I don't have that much left, so it's not gonna take me that long into the night. I just have to do like the super boss that I'm right before, and then I'll do like the last handful of in-game days, and then I'll go do like the couple bosses up to the final boss, do the final boss, and then the credits roll, and then I'm done. It won't take that long. And then it took me over 8 hours, and I went to sleep at 5 in the morning. Well, later than 5 in the morning last night, so technically this morning, you could say. And I couldn't exactly sleep in all day because I had a bit of a family Christmas party gathering thingamabob to go to at a decent hour here. So I tried to get as much sleep as I could. I went to that. I was surprisingly awake during it, and I got home feeling pretty awake and like, hey, I can still do stuff. And the moment I sat down, I just started getting so tired, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's starting to catch up with me. So I went to sleep for a few hours, and now I'm up again. It's currently 10 p.m. on the 14th of December, and I was like, you know what? We'll see how much this, like, second win today lasts, and, if I get a few more hours into Mario and Luigi Brothership, then hey, great. At least Persona 3 main game is finished off as of last night. There's still the DLC, so I'm not really done with Persona 3 yet, technically. So I still have a little bit ahead of me. If I go to the stream schedule channel here, the main things that are ongoing right now, I want to see what I can get done before the new year. Here, let's move this here, and then you don't get Inception. Mario and Luigi Brothership is a big one. I'm glad that the main thing of this is done, and now it's just gonna be DLC, which will be, like, significantly shorter. That is DLC content that became DLC content when it was bundled in for free with previous versions of Persona 3 because of good ol' Atlas. And Final Fantasy 16, which is not, like, some 80-hour JRPG. Like, it's actually a pretty reasonable length, and it seems like, according to my PlayStation 5, it says that I'm, like, 72% through, like, the main campaign missions, and it's like, okay, that's not that bad. I can get through that and not half bad of time. And maybe I'll come back and play Planet Coaster 2 a little bit at some point. I want to wait until, like, the paths get patched. But they did recently put out a patch that made it so that you can now have water slides not go into the pool, but just onto, like, normal ground. And apparently guests don't have a negative reception to that and can even ride the same flume again after it just launched them into the pavement. And so I kind of want to, like, after reading those patch notes, I kind of want to play it a little bit. So I might do that at a little smidge in the near future, and I might just continue with this sometime in January because a lot of my friendos I'd play with are busy with, like, holiday season kind of stuff, so it might be more appropriate to continue with Mario Party Jamboree sometime in the new year, since that's, like, a big multiplayer thing. And I guess technically another thing is, sometime next year, Dark Deity 2 is coming out, and there was a free demo that recently released. I was in the middle of being sick, so I didn't play it, like, right when it came out, and, I need to look into what exactly it is. Is it like the beginning of the game where the save data transfers to the full game when it's out? Because if so, then yeah, I'll gladly play that and just start my playthrough a little bit early of that, I suppose. So that's what things are looking like. I don't think I'm beating the Persona 3 Reload DLC before the new year. I'll start it before the new year. But Mario & Luigi Brothership and Final Fantasy 16, I might be able to do it. I might be able to finish these games. I have to finish them before Christmas would be the case, though, because between Christmas and New Year's, I'd be out of town with my family. So, what can I get through before what? Can't be used on ship shape. I'm not even touching the controller. What? I mean, maybe the bumper hit my leg? Was it this, the golden pipe? I guess it was. I don't even remember what that is, I'm gonna be honest with you. What is that again? Does that let me, like, travel to other islands or something? Also, what the hell am I doing? Oh, I remember. I needed to go dick around with some wedding. And it was on, the heat freeze, I think. And I gathered all the things, and I ran out of time because it was taking so long. Is it just me, or is the frame rate of this screen, like I'm playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet right now? Like, what the heck is this frame rate? It's not great. The frame rate of the text at the top left looks pretty fine. It's just the frame rate of, like, the islands bobbing and the little sparkly effects going to them seems weirdly really low. I'm done with all the stupid timed quests, right? Yeah. I'm done with all those. Those toads can suffer from frostbite. Where are the... Here. The this. Yeah. The that. Yeah, the frame rate seems a little bit odd here. So, yeah. I thought I'd do the wedding and then wrap up the stream last time, and then the timed quest ended up taking me so long and I didn't get the chance to do that, and yeah. So this has got to be about to wrap up the third area of the world, right? Like maybe I do this and then the tree's like, oh, I'm so happy now that there was a wedding. I'm gonna light the way to the Great Lighthouse now. And then I go to the Great Lighthouse and then I fight another boss. And we go to like the 4th section where I don't know how many islands are gonna be left. And maybe the 5th section won't have any islands at all. Because when I look at that... Never mind. When I look at that screen that has all the islands, it looks like it's at capacity here pretty soon from what I can tell. So maybe the final approach doesn't have any islands. Look at this stuff on the cake. I still don't get why we had to help with like the organization of this when we have bigger fish to fry. But hey, it's just so happy and cheery. Also, did the people suddenly get over their racism? Like, everyone looks so happy here. Not a single person is being like a dick to the other side like they were the last time we were here. What changed? Because I didn't see like any progression in their groups. I'm pretty sure we left off on them still hating each other. But now they're like, hey, because a duo of each of our sides is getting married, we're completely cool now and we're just forgot what racism is, I guess. Like, I don't know. What's the... what's going on here? I'm genuinely confused. Was it really that easy for them to just get over all their spite? Well, a lot of guess. Let's mingle. Single and ready to mingle. Okay. Well, but yeah, let's see here. Hello, Fusion. Oh, boys, time for dialogue with a little story. Yeah, that's what's going on here. 5 minutes ago, we hate this other side. 5 minutes later, oh yeah, these guys are cool. Why were we fighting? I guess. Like, what? And there's people from other islands that are here, so they're willing to come for like some wedding for people that they don't even know, but she's not willing to go visit her son under normal circumstances, which should be a lot more convenient than going to another island. Like, it's all pretty convenient going to the connected islands now, but like, what? Didn't she just, like, 20 minutes ago in game time, get me to deliver a letter to her son here because she couldn't be bothered to go and see him, but she is bothered to go to, like, some rando's wedding of people that she's never met before? Like, okay. I don't know what the heck is up with that, but, played up until the part where you encountered Starlo and your only hope was dashed. I really wanted to smack her with a hammer. Hope things are going well today, Redor Master. Reminds me of the ceremony I had with my husband, though it wasn't this luxurious. And someday, even these kids here will... Oh dear, I'm getting tearful just thinking of it. Whoa, this cake is huge. How'd they make it? I don't know how the guy got out the door, but, a royal couple in repose. I feel a verse coming on. Word to you, lovebirds, the joy in your heart stirs. Chill feelings as they burn in two souls that converge. Okay, is this just one of those parts in a game where it's like I can chat with people however much I want, but then when I leave, I leave? Like, can I just leave? Is there anything stopping me? Curious. Like, hey! Game has the issue of not having much story, but also somehow having the issue of rushing conclusions all at the same time. There's nothing ahead. Let's go back. What? Okay, what is the objective here? Wait, hold on, maybe I talk to them or something, and they're just standing here. Menacingly, everyone, thank you so much for coming to our wedding. Can't believe how many guests there are. Your support means the world to us. We're so glad you all came to our wedding. Bernie and I have good times and bad, including getting locked up on Bulbfish Island. Here, I'll do this, and you can read. You can take in the full plot. I'm sure the road ahead won't always be easy, but we'll continue to strengthen each other. Oh, it's you? I'm truly sorry for what went down before. That was just so awful. Wait, when did he get cured? When did that happen? I had that strange light showed on me, and made me not want to interact with anyone. I'm afraid I left a bad impression on your friends on Ship Island as well. I lost sight of myself. I could still hear those children's voices. When that strange power had the best of me, I wasn't able to respond, but I'm grateful. The children were Connie and Ark, right? And I apologized. They just smiled and forgave me. It's thanks to you that I was able to attend this blessed wedding. I can celebrate my son and new daughter. Thank you for your help. Wait, when did he get cured? Did the doctor go around with like more of those fruits, like curing people? In fact, wasn't a whole lot of each of these islands, especially the cold one, like super rife with a whole isolation beam thing, the gloam beam? And didn't the doctor say that he only had like so many as a souvenir from like some other island, implying he had like quite a finite amount, and yet he was able to cure everyone on the island? Presumably, he doesn't say anything about being cured. He's just not gloamed now. It's just... Where is the doctor? Is he here? Can I chat with him? And he's like, oh yeah, I went around curing all the people. And then it's like, oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah, he got cured off screen. Happened off camera. He did a little bit of mining off camera. Delighted enough conversation. Oh, this is where you go. Yeah, I just want to see if I can find the doctor. I'll talk to Bernard, that's dad. Two passionate young folks look like they're the key to forging a promised future. Also, again, weren't you guys like racist not that long ago? Bernadette, oh, I'm so pleased you found such a good partner. Haven't you just met him and you know nothing about him, and you would have been like incredibly racist to his entire race not that long ago? But okay. Can't believe my little girl is all grown up. What? Oh dear. Here come the waterworks. Kim's really trying to sell that the gloam stuff is really bad, but they at the same time aren't showing it being a threatening thing. Yeah, not particularly. Like, people become like all isolationist, but they haven't really shown like how that makes their lives worse as a result. What if it's like a plot twist at the end and it's like, it's a good thing because people in this world suck? Did you cure people off camera? It's a rare sight to see a wedding between the Squatchine and Slip and Glide people. Well, that explains it, doesn't it? I don't even know. Yeah, there's nothing ahead. Let's go back. I mean, what do you have to say? Bride and the groom. They look so happy, don't they? No matter how different our worlds might be, these occasions can be joyous. Wow, the bride is beautiful. Her outfit is lovely too. She's positively glowing. And also, can I get another thing straight here before we move on? So, before this point, for the wedding preparations that are mandatory for some reason, this feels like it could have absolutely been a side quest. We had two options for each, like, the cake and the flower crown, whatever the heck, which I guess is, that, and it's somehow not on fire. We had the options of the recommendations from, like, the other good characters, where we would go and get, like, them at the places that the good characters recommend, or we could go to the place that the bad guys recommended, and they had, like, some nefarious plan in mind for how they were going to ruin the wedding. And so I went to, like, the bad guys' places that they tried to, like, trick us into going to see if that would ruin the wedding. It didn't. The thing that they did to ruin the wedding was they tried to make it so that we couldn't actually get the thing that we were trying to get on that island. So at the place that we went for the cake on Lot of Coins, there was whatever that one bad dude's name is, I don't even remember at this point, that apparently went and ate all of the cake at this bakery, so there was nothing left. I don't know how big his stomach is. I don't know that he even has a stomach. And if it's a whole bakery full of stuff, like, holy crap, that's a whole lot to have eaten. You could have just, like, thrown in the ocean or something like that. But no, apparently it was all eaten. And then the chef there is like, I have just about enough for, like, one cake left here. And the hero's like, okay, that works great. That's cool. And then for the flower crown, we went to this one island where the place that we needed to go to get, like, a flower crown, there was one of the bad guys that was already there that was, like, stomping on all the flowers so that we couldn't get a flower crown anymore. But there was still one thing that we could make into a flower crown elsewhere on the island. Did they stomp that? No, they apparently put piranha plants in front of it that we had to fight. We fought them, we grabbed the thing, and now it's on her head and not on fire for some reason. So they specifically went to places to try to make it so that we couldn't get the thing that we were looking for there, but always leaving just enough that we still could. And even if there was the possibility that they had completely eliminated our chances of getting the thing that we were trying to get there, that was just the place they tried to trick us into going to where they'd be doing that. we still had the option of what the other heroes recommended us of going to the other islands where we could get this. Like, there was a different island that we could still get cake at, and there was a completely different island that we could still get a flower crown at. So, assuming that their plan went off completely without a hitch, they managed to destroy all of the stuff that we went to these places for, we still had another place that we could go and still get these things. And they should know that, considering they were eavesdropping on the conversation where this was discussed, and that's where they came up with this dastardly scheme. So their plan doesn't even make any sense in the regard of, one, they left enough for us to do stuff anyway. Two, it banks off of the idea that we go to the place that they had recommended us and not where the other good guy characters recommended us. And three, assume that if we went to the place that they recommended, we wouldn't think, oh man, that sucks that there's nothing here. I guess I'll just go to the other island where I can for sure still do this, where they haven't done any tampering. So, it is gotta be like one of the most nonsensical evil schemes I think I've ever seen in a story, if I'm gonna be honest. And I just wanted to take a little bit of a moment to mention that. And according to the interwebs, the only thing that it changes which island that you go to is like purely aesthetic. Like, you go to one island or the other for the cake and you'll get one or the other cake here, and you go to one or the other island for the flower crown and you'll get like one or the other flower crown here, if anyone actually cares about that. So I don't get it. I really don't. It's just so ludicrous. But yeah. If they wanted to ruin the wedding, why not use the glow beam to try and ruin it? Who knows? Because that'd be a little bit too easy of a solution, I guess. Like, they could have just shown up to the wedding and, yeah, glow beamed people. Has the doctor shared where his stash, which is apparently infinite, I guess, of the cures is? Or is that just, like, his own secret? What happened if they glow beamed him? Would it just be, like, lost forever and we'd never be able to cure anyone again because we don't know where his stash is? Or, like, how would that work? I'm so glad that I could live long enough to see such an auspicious day as this. Are you not, like, racist, though? Our dear prince, he's grown into a wonderful young man. There's nobody here with, like, any ill feelings. And there was a lot of ill feelings going around, even without the glow beam. And yet, everyone is completely happy, cheery, and loving things now, apparently. I don't get it. But yeah, I'm sorry, but if you're the villains in an RPG Mario game, but your plan is essentially worse than the story of New Super Mario Bros., I think there's a problem. I mean, like, not only is it a bad plan, but it's a plan that, even if it goes perfectly, it still doesn't matter. Like, the heroes still come out on top because they can just go elsewhere for the things. So, it doesn't make any sense. Luigi, what are you trying to do there, man? We delighted in enough conversation. Oh yes, I've most certainly delighted in enough conversation. In that case, are you ready to proceed to the next program? Everyone, please gather over here. Wow, everyone is just so happy. Not anyone giving one another funny looks like, I don't trust you stuff. No, the party's in full swing and everyone's having a great time. But it's almost time to wrap things up. Our last performer of the night is none other than the exalted master of footwork, Groove Master Diode. So he just steps in front of the couple and he's gonna do a jig there. Thank you, what an honor. Hey, my groove-tastic brothers Mario and Luigi, get over here. And he steps away. Never mind, you guys dance instead. They don't pay me enough for this shit. Normally my legendary moves would be the highlight of any event. But you guys are pretty close with the bride and groom, yeah? I'm sure your fancy footwork will be an even better treat for the happy couple. Oh yeah. We just stomp on their heads. Hit the music. No. You're all set. Come over and talk to me. God damn it. Hey, mustache bro, show me your hottest steps. What? What? Ah! Well, it's better than the equivalent Pokemon Scarlet and Violet minigame. But not by a lot. Kind of charming, though. I will say. Wow. We're the ones that actually got married. What a thrill, my heart is still dancing. Groove-tastic. Okay, this time I mean it. We really, really do need to wrap things up. Like, we've only got so much time here before, the plot needs to move on to other things, I guess. So let's hear it from the bride and groom. Time for a speech. Everyone, thank you so much for coming. The two of us had our hearts set on having this wedding. Are the bad guys gonna, like, surprise show up and gloam beam someone? Or we aren't sure if anyone would approve or wish us well, but here we are. Yeah, everyone is approving and wishing you well now all of a sudden, and I genuinely don't understand how that happened, but okay. Scorching and Slip and Glide people have been known to quarrel at the drop of a hat. Yeah, so what changed? So we're incredibly happy that you're all here today to give us your blessings. Yeah, why are they? From now on, we hope that both groups will become better at coexisting. Oh, it just auto-advances that, but like really slow. We want to act as an example for all of you to follow. So everyone else, like, find a partner from the other side too. No matter what happens. We'll live in peace forever. Whoa, let's not get carried away here. Now then, finally, dear bride and groom, as proof of your love and to symbolize the restoration of the bond between your peoples. Restoration? Was it, like, good at one point and then later got shattered? Please make your vows. Oh, I thought we were past that point. Chilium. Bernadette. Oh, there's gotta be a full cutscene about it. This looks pre-rendered if I've ever seen a pre-rendered cutscene before. I could be wrong about that, but it gives me that feel here. What? Again, why is this necessary? This really feels like it could have been a side quest or something. Oh, unless it leads into main story stuff right now. Or not. It's exactly as I thought. The tree is like, hey, that wedding was kick-ass. I'm gonna show you the way to the lighthouse now. I refused to do that before these two random people had a wedding. Thanks, tree. Wow. Separated currents have been reconnected. I see GMK arriving at the stream, redeeming time yourself out for 10 minutes. All right, enjoy the 10-minute time out there. The Unitree is surely wishing you the best in this new chapter of our lives too. Oh, is that what it is? Ah, yes, the Unitree opening the way to letting me continue to save the world. Is it wishing you the best in the new chapter of the lives of these characters I don't really care about? Our heads may be hard as boulders at times, but we should learn to lighten up a bit as well, especially when we're celebrating. What? Was that supposed to be a joke? Did I miss something? Like, that's like the kind of jokes that my dad tells where I just sit there and be like, wait, what? I genuinely don't even understand what the punchline was. Long live Prince Chilium! Every happiness to Princess Bernadette! I want to hang out in Friesen Village sometimes. Wow, how did racism just get cured? Yeah, I gotta visit Boylan Village. What a marvelous sight to behold. Best wishes for a bright future for both the Scorching and the Slip and Glide peoples. That one guy that's from the first island is just like pumping his arms there on the left side. What a wonderful wedding, absolutely romantic. It's good to see folks happy. That was nice. Scorching and the Slip and Glide peoples have become friends. All that's left is a trip to the Great Lighthouse. Whoa, that movement felt weird. It gave me the same vibes of like someone running in Pokemon BDSP. Mario, everyone, you're needed at the Big Cannon on Ship-Shape Island. Oh, are the bad guys making a move now? Not even during the wedding that they were apparently trying to ruin? Okay. Okay. Guess that's what's happening now. Back to the ship. Something's happening at the cannon. Oh, the music doesn't even fade out and then fade into the next theme. It just like cuts and then goes right into the next one. New current has opened up. Yeah, I saw it. There was a cutscene specifically for that. But I'm needed urgently at the cannon, so you can tell me that. We're approaching the Great Lighthouse Island. Nice. We should go tell Connie the good news. Oh, now wasn't Connie with us just a little bit ago? You couldn't have said that like on the other island. It had to be at the cannon. So now I have to run back and go find Connie again. Just share that information. Huh? Going on a trip, Connie? Oh, it's another one of these. Yep, I'll be at Heat Freeze Island for a little while. Getting drunk at the after party. Connie's got the urge to roam again, I guess. Roaming legendary. I don't want to leave for the Great Lighthouse Island without Connie. Why not? Why don't we follow Connie and talk to her? We can tackle the Great Lighthouse Island after. More things that have nothing to do with the main story that I have to go into. I mean, it'll be connected to the main story in terms of like showing a little bit more backstory stuff, I'm sure, but like realistically, we wouldn't really know that ahead of time. But yeah, to be entirely honest, still don't know what I'm supposed to like about any of these characters in this game. I mean, Mario and Luigi have like their usual charm. Well, I'm noticing popping on the sides of the screen from time to time now. But not like, I don't feel like it's the most charming they've ever been in the Mario and Luigi series, but their animations and stuff like that are really nice, and they're fun in combat, and I like the direction that I took for them. As for everyone else, we have not a pig. It's worth noting. I honestly couldn't even tell you. And most of the characters in this game are just like show up briefly and then they're gonzo until they randomly show up briefly in some future thing, because of like the whole multiple islands thing, where it's like you go to some island, you meet some character there and doing stuff with them, and then you leave, and then it's like, well, time to forget about them. Oh, a couple islands later they're showing up again and they're doing some other thing. It's like, oh, I guess we're doing that now or something or other. So yeah. But yeah, Entire Wedding Art feels like it should have been earlier in the game. To me, it feels like it just should have been a side quest. Like, that did not feel very essential. Like, at first I thought, like, maybe it would try to, like, really play into the overarching narrative of, like, connections. And maybe you could argue that it did. But, like, it felt like it did it extremely loosely. And not at all earned. Like, everyone just likes one another now when they were incredibly racist not all that long ago. And it's great. It's all solved now. Instead of showing the people actually spending more time with one another and being like, hey, maybe you're not so bad after all. Like, even doing the bare minimum of that, it couldn't be bothered. It's just like, everyone likes one another now. Just like that. Where the heck? She's gone to Heat Freeze, yeah. Okay, so, can't even progress to the story because Connie wants to stay at the island. Yep, apparently so. Like, this will have some sort of story time because there'll be like some flashback about Connie's master or whatever the heck. Will most likely be the case, but realistically it's like, yeah, why couldn't I just go to the lighthouse? But yeah.